Howdy folks, it's episode 31 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. In this episode, I'm going to check out the Shadow Reef, the third elite dungeon in RS3. It's sort of like raids in old school RuneScape, but probably closer to the way dungeons work in World of Warcraft. Most of it is just walking around and fighting adds, so I've edited most of that rather than leaving it completely untouched. Sure, once you see me fight one mob pack, you get the idea of fighting mob packs in dungeons. I have left all of the boss fights untouched though, so you can see my blind, full reaction to them. K5 Josh and I really struggled with the Ambassador boss. Just a confluence of factors. The boss has a DPS check phase that, I think there was just a confluence of factors. It was pretty early after Necro had been released, so it hadn't been patched to work as cleanly as it does now. I think the spinner DPS phase of the Ambassador is particularly difficult to duo with both players on Necro. I think both of us may have actually had an easier time if we had just tried to solo it instead. And of course, I'm like way behind most players in terms of I don't have access to overloads, for example. I don't have access to ancient curses. But I've still left our failed attempts in the video if you wanted to watch them, because it is interesting. I think the Ambassador is the first like real piece of content that I've encountered anyway that hasn't been completely deprecated by Necromancer and which also sort of justifies the evolution of combat update. Like when I first came into RS3, I was expecting there to be all sorts of content that was like this fight that we lose to horribly. But part of the reason I lose to it so horribly is I've had like 1,000 hours of experience with RS3 teaching me very bad habits about how I'm supposed to play the real content, right? Like you can't use Revolution for this fight. I haven't encountered a single piece of content in RS3 where Revolution isn't completely fine. Anyway, as usual, I'll put time codes in the video if you want to skip any of the unedited sequences. There is a quest in this episode, sort of. It's just sort of a very brief sequence where you build a team to get a ship to go to the Ark. It's not really long enough to justify a summary, so I'll put a skip point if you don't want to watch all the dialogue from it, but I'm not going to put a quest summary after it. Okay, let's get to the playthrough. Trying this out with K5 Josh. Let's see how this goes here. Popping into ED3 for the first time. Just going to try to sight read it. I haven't Googled anything. That's kind of cool that it's underwater. Pretty reasonable so far, it seems like. Not like crazy high-level enemies or anything. Don't know if enemies just generally don't drop any loot. Check if that was a thing to worry about. I'll probably end up editing this into clips because it's just us fighting random mobs, but I'm gonna record the whole thing just so I don't miss anything cool. Cloaked Zealots. These are the guys from the Agaroth quest too, which is kind of neat. Cool underwater zombies here, it looks like. Just the dream is just maximizing AoE, stacking as many of them up as possible. Crossing a mast here. Very cute. Zombies. Treasure chests. I don't really actually have anything I care about. So far this is extremely accessible, more so than I was expecting. This must be the first boss.
I have seen the
One next to his head.
never so present.
Let me see. Just not to get hit by that.
Presence only hastens you to
Okay.
It is for mercy's sake that my pet kills you now. You would not like the role I am creating.
That's kind of a cool attack. Oh, it's interesting. It just kills you if that happens. Continue from where your group left off. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, I learned my lesson. When he rumbles his head, move to the opposite side. Trying this again.
You shall go no further. You trespass my sacred land. We are changing the world. Your existence can be more than a footnote. For now,
This is going alright. Always gotta switch both sides back to back, it looks like. And I occasionally have problems with my auto attack not starting.
switch sides partway through the fight. That makes sense. And once he finishes doing that, I'm going to go to the other side again, presumably. This guy's not too bad. He looks cool. Yay! Execution. I really like the look of this place. It's pretty cool. Kind of funny that there's no requirements for it. Could have plenty of requirements for going underwater. Now my weapon just augmented to level 12. I'll worry about siphoning it after this. Maybe if I die again, I'll siphon it before coming back. Running back. Alright, we got some kind of like blackstone artifact here. Did something. Opening doors, I see. Just saw there was an option to auto-collect loot that I probably should have had on this whole time, but I guess now I know. We got a mini-boss here, Honto. I don't know if we can just face tank him or what's the deal. Yeah, looks like it's just face tanking. Let me turn on vampirism just to not have as big of an issue with healing. Yeah, that's crazy. It's such an easy, it's like 5,000 dungeoneering tokens is like 50k dungeoneering experience, right? It's so much faster than actually leveling dungeoneering for tokens. So I will probably try to wait for a spotlight on the farmable elite dungeon and just try to solo it for as many tokens as I can. There's a bunch of things I want to hold off on doing, like herblore training, until I unlock some of the permanent upgrades from dungeoneering. Back to where we were after restocking. It looks like this hallway over here has a bunch of archers that just attack you from the sides. K5's lost. It's funny. It reminds me of that scene in The Lord of the Rings where Gandalf's like, I have no memory of this place. Alright, new boss.
You charge only to your death, and death is
Spawns walls to avoid.
so come mortal, and add yourself to my collection. Dance, my puppets.
Attack rifts. Summons portals, I think is correct.
Let death take you. Fall and rise again as my plaything.
Oh, that's a lot of ads. That's a lot of ads.
I shall not fall. Death is bound by the chains. Save
Oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of like Zarpus. Whoa, that's pretty cool. It's like the guy from Theater of Blood.
nothing but fuel for a greater power. But I get what's left behind. Arise, my sons.
Probably want to attack the portal, I'm guessing. A lot of skeletons, which is pretty scary.
Be my puppet and bind yourself in my strings. I shall not fall. Death is bound by the chains I forged.
there's the walls to dodge. Those are relatively straightforward to avoid. Okay, that went pretty well. Not too bad. Kind of like these elite dungeons. They're very like World of Warcrafty, but I feel like if RuneScape is going to do that, it may as well lean into it, you know? Multi runbacks in this are really bad if you gotta leave. You gotta run through the whole dungeon. Try turning off the skybox filter. I'm guessing the water's supposed to be black here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that looks much cooler. Easier to see with the midday skybox turned on. Seems more fitting, though. Yeah, as much as it looks cooler, like, it's so much easier to see what I'm doing with the midday skybox. Get what they're going for. It's funny. K5 said that the chest teleports you to the checkpoints. You don't have to run through the whole dungeon. Marks one of us with a bar above our head. Move to the edge of the arena when the bar runs out. Patch of dot flames will appear wherever you are when it expires. Okay, makes sense. Spawns black holes that need to be stunned. Yeah, I don't think I've ever deliberately stunned before. Okay, I'll put the soul strike on my bar instead of volley of souls. It's less single target DPS. I guess I can just have it so it's available to burn. Void beams, go to edge when marked, about to expire, stun black holes, kill ads, probably die at least once.
So, you come to witness this great moment. To be present.
Alright, trying the boss for real this time. Oh, wow, he hits like a fucking truck. Yikes. I have to do some prayer switching here, it looks like, based on what kind of attacks he uses.
I can understand such dreams. Come then, shed your mortal form and rejoice.
Stable black hole, which is the one I have to stun. I did that correctly. Nope. Welp. That's an attack, damn. Hopefully that's all he does now, because I've taken so much damage, I'm almost out of food. So experimenting with partially manual play, it's not going to make a big difference because the main problem is I'm just taking too much damage, but basically putting my main abilities on Revo and then activating the spenders manually, see how much of a difference that makes. We're talking about later in the fight, I'm going to need an ability called Devotion, and apparently I just happen to have it unlocked from fighting Kree. That's funny. Alright, we've tried this a few times. I think it might actually be possible. Done a bunch of practice now.
Your soul is but a candle in the darkness. I shall snuff it out.
Taking a break from Elite Dungeons to do my dailies really quick. I got a Zero Mechanic Arch Glacier Reaper task that I should be able to burn through really quickly. Arch Glacier dies so fast, it doesn't even get its first Ice Floor attack off. It's really funny. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep recording through our Ambassador attempts. The boss is pretty tricky. Like, it's the first piece of actual endgame RS3 content I've encountered, and probably the first thing that actually justifies EOC at all. It's enjoyable. I like it. It's kind of frustrating that I haven't encountered anything like that for so long, and then Revo has been more than sufficient to do everything I've wanted to do up to this point. It'd be nice if the game reinforced some of the things that you're supposed to learn about a boss like that earlier. It does seem like the boss is relatively unforgiving, particularly in the phase where he spawns a bunch of lasers. I'll try to comment on it next attempt if the recording's running. Basically, he spawns 3 lasers that rotate around, and then there's a bunch of fragments you have to destroy, and if you fail to destroy almost all of them, you die, pretty much. And I'm imagining you do that with range or magic, where you have a bit of a longer range, but on Necro, it's pretty hard because your summons have to path to them, and you have a much shorter tile range to hit them. Okay, I think K5 is having connection issues, so we're gonna give up for now. Maybe try it again some other time, maybe when I've got some better gear or healing or whatever. I am going to try to farm Elite Dungeon 1 for Dungeoneering tokens, just to get a bit of a change of pace. I still have to go back to Krill, but I got a lot of energy from doing all of that ED3 attempting, Ambassador attempting, so I kind of want to take a break here. ED1 is on Spotlight. I'm going to try to do ED1 for tokens. I need to do a quest called Impressing the Locals, which I think is pretty straightforward. It just unlocks a region, so I'm going to go find out where that is and do it. Okay, the wiki article for this quest is like a paragraph long, so I think it's not even really a quest, and maybe one I should have done a long time ago. I gotta find Trader Stan. Whoa, I was really struggling to find him for some reason. That was crazy. He's got a giant icon over his head too. Who are you? Trader Stan. Is the charter ship guy? Yep. Oh, wrong icon. Something about the Skulls pirate Jed? Shanko Isles. Where do I come into this? Got my newest captain. Do have a ship and a crew, actually. Sarum's Revenge. Sounds good. Pressing the locals. Dependable quartermaster, navigator, a bosun. Okay. I think I have to ask about all of these. Cerula. Okay, so you have to have a player on port to do this, I guess. Oh, maybe this came out before player on ports. Okay, got Got it. Guard captain, what's up? Build up a ship so we can pursue Zed into the eastern lands. Crew roles are you looking to fill? Jacob. Served on the crew of a Black Knight's vessel. He's court-martialed for theft and found his new home in our lovely Shoreview cell. Go to Jacob's sister and tell her what happened. Trainor. Rented a room above the pottery. Okay. Talking to Umi. Okay, they're all recommending somebody else. Remington.
Oh, hello there. Don't mind me, I'm just taking a break from swimming.
Oh, that's weird. I guess that defaulted to her normal voice-acted dialogue. Weird. Talking to Cerula. Find a quartermaster. An even 1,000, no problem. Mr. Gully. Okay. Oh, that guy looks... He's not a random NPC. Cerula sent me a quartermaster for my new ship. I love that the seagull also has an eye patch. Amazing. Okay, cool. And I'll go talk to the other folks here. So this lady, Sea Singer Jemmy. Aren't you identical twins? Sure is my navigator. Thanks, I think. Alright, so now I gotta go to Draenor. Last one's over here. I'm gonna go upstairs. Black Knight Sergeant, what's up? Jacob's sister. Fine, I'm in. That was quick. Where's your boat? Evie Higgs. I fought in the Battle of Lumbridge too. Well, I didn't, but okay, whatever. I think I was supposed to get access to the Ark a long time ago for a whole bunch of reasons. I think there's a bunch of dailies there, but I'm not going to stress about it too much right now. I just want to get to the Elite Dungeon to try to get some tokens, to get some unlocks. Talking to Stan. Ready to set sail. Welcome aboard. Track down Jed, bring him to justice. There are criminals. Make new friends there, help you on this mission to find and defeat Jed. Retrieve the prize item that was on my boat when Jed stole it. Sure to be no questions asked. It's personal. Okay. Sounds good. Oh. Doesn't even give me a quest pop-up. That's weird. Whatever, that's fine. Just talk to him and that lets me go to the Ark. Maybe I can, just having the quest complete is enough for me to use the little teleport. Let me try it. Okay, I have an option for, where do you want to go? Temple of Amanishi. Temple of Amanishi. Oh, I guess if I go in, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna have to restart it anyway. So I go into normal mode, and then I need to change my mini-map, because I need to, like, check to see how many mini-bosses spawned, and if it's 2 or more mini-bosses, then I can go fight them. I think that's the rule. So, I mean, I have to switch off of Legacy interface, which is kind of frustrating, because it looks really ugly with it off. And I just make this uncomfortably large. That makes it seem like there's 4 of them, which is lucky. Or if I have a way to like quickly save a preset to check that instead of having to do it every time. Alright, I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see what happens. Put legacy interface back on. I'll just do that to scout, I guess. Yeah, so okay, it's pretty basic. You just fight these guys. Not really a big deal. I need to double check and make sure that my bar is okay because it got messed up when I was attempting 83. Taking a lot of damage here. Play around with this a bit. I actually might want to do this with tank gear instead. Find where the gear options are in a second. I might need to pray, so I might need to bring prayer potions. Again, this might just be way easier if I come back with tank gear. Probably warp out after these 2 guys die to do that. Alright, continuing with tank gear this time and see how tolerable it is. Well, I don't need to kill all the enemies. I probably need to take a screenshot of the big map so I can see where the mini bosses were. I might try running vampirism in here, we'll see. Even with tank gear, I get pretty torn up by these guys. I'll have to see how bad the actual mini bosses are. At least you save progress when you come in here. Oh, those guys are healers. That's probably part of my problem. Okay. They have antlers. I think this person is a mini boss, Olivia the Chronicle. I don't know if she has any mechanics I have to worry about or if I can just burn her down here. Seems pretty straightforward, but my ghost is failing to path to her. That's annoying. I feel like this can't be faster tokens than just actually doing dungeoneering, right? But then dungeoneering is pretty slow. 50,000 XP worth of tokens? I guess it is faster, isn't it? Pretty face roll, though. Yeah, I did not need to use my brain at all for that. And that's 5,000 tokens. Okay, I guess that is pretty worth it. I'm be worried about these big groups of enemies, though. Maybe this big group of enemies are weaker than dudes usually are in this dungeon. Count for how many of them there are. Doesn't seem like they're completely annihilating me, so maybe that's true. Oh right, I need to siphon my weapon. I knew I was forgetting something. At least I can leave and come back. So even if that's a little bit inefficient, it's still a lot of tokens. Man, it's painful to think how much faster I could have gotten the Charming Imp. Instead of actually training dungeoneering for like a week almost to get enough tokens for it, and this is just like so trivial. It's fine. I can get the Bone Crusher. There's a bunch of scrolls I need to get. This should be productive. Siphoning my death card, which I've confirmed is level 12 this time. It's fine. Invention 85. It's ancient invention unlocked, but I have to do archaeology to use it. Got another boss here. OU the Quietest. Go ahead and guess mage. I think that's probably correct. Now I'll go ahead and turn on vampirism. See if it makes this easier. I don't know why this thing is worth 5,000 tokens when it's just like a regular boring mob with 100 times as much HP as all the nearby enemies. That's so ridiculous. I have to review the full list of rewards here and figure out if there's anything I want that's going to make this farming process any faster, you know? Okay, I reviewed the list of purchases and none of them are going to make this specific process faster, so I don't mind just rolling with it. I think I need like 184,000 tokens to buy all the permanent scroll upgrades that I want and the Bone Crusher. I don't know what caused it, but something made the existing mini-bosses despawn. I don't see them on the map anymore, so I guess I'll just reset and keep trying. This is extremely stupid. Okay, it seems occasionally when you teleport out of here, it despawns random mini-bosses, so I need to make sure I bring enough food to reliably deal with certain enemies. I need to figure out what to do with... One of the mini-bosses is in a church full of enemies that I can't deal with. I have to figure out what the solution is there. I think I'm gonna be able to get all the tokens I need in like an evening. This is really, really, really fast and very, very low effort. Get all the dungeoneering unlocks I want, and I won't have to actually do dungeoneering. Alright, I've been at this for a couple hours. I've burned through my vampirism aura. It's probably gonna be a good stopping point. I don't quite have enough tokens to buy all the things I want. I think I need about 180k tokens to get everything. I'm gonna come out with like 147k, but it should be enough. Like, some of the things that I'm thinking about picking up aren't super crucial, so. Okay, should be getting my last kill here right on time. Got like 20 seconds left on vampirism. 147k tokens, I'm gonna go spend these. Okay, so the Bone Crusher I probably want. Some of these scrolls are more important. I should have gotten this forever ago. Scroll of Life for farming. So it reds out the ones that I don't need anymore. Okay. Do you want the gem bag upgrade? I need to have it in my inventory. What? All right, read the scroll of life. Regaining seeds from harvesting and clearing farming patches. Okay. Gem bag upgrade I think is going to be pretty helpful for when I have to level crafting in the future, which is almost certainly going to happen again. Okay, I probably want the smithing auto heater eventually, but I'm going to have to go crazy mining for coal before that really matters. I wish these were organized differently because there's a lot of like garbage in here. Okay, scroll of cleansing is a big deal for herblore training. I shouldn't have done any herblore training before picking that up. Efficiency, probably less important in the short term because it's refund bars when completing a smithing item. But you don't actually do that many items, so if it's like a 1 in 50 chance to get the bars back, like that could easily proc on the early tier of the item where it's not worth very many bars. So I will get this eventually, but not just yet. You'll retain a plank. So I think that only applies, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that only applies in the POH, and I'm probably never going to do POH training again. Okay, yeah, no, it's only on furniture. We will not bother with that. Dexterity, 3 or more of the same ingredient. There's not terribly many of those. I guess that's good for making like dragonhide bodies, so I'll pick it up. Gold accumulator, rapid renewal, maybe. Don't really care about the scroll of Demonheim. Eventually need chaotic spikes. Most of this is garbage, right? Most of this is just within Demonheim, which I don't care about too much. So I'll go ahead and pick up the Bone Crusher. Probably use that if I'm going to go back to farming red dragons to try to get another dragon egg. Don't think I need anything else right now. Get that. I'll get the smithing unlock. At least I won't feel bad about smithing without it. And then the other stuff that I want on this list, I don't think I care about for a really long time. A lot of them are unique to, I guess, it might still be worth getting the auto heater and then the upgrade, but I'll sit without it for now. Okay, let's read these scrolls. Scroll, upgraded gem bag, smithing auto heater, and bone crusher. Cool. Okay, since I got that herblore scroll, I'm gonna actually work on my herblore for a bit. The reason I'm here in the candy loop, I am gonna start focusing on quests probably tomorrow. After I do my dailies, I'm just gonna start going ham on quests for as long as possible, but I really want to get my herblore up because it's blocking me from doing a lot of things that I want to do, and I think getting even just super necromancy potions would be pretty helpful for things that I'm currently struggling with. Yeah, this scroll is really nice, especially for secondaries that are hard to come by. Herblore 68. I didn't realize this scroll of cleansing also applies to making unfinished potions, so it saves a bunch of herbs too. That's pretty nice. Took a long time, and I'm not sure it was worth it, but I made all of my Terramins into unfinished potions. Sort of. Takes a lot longer now that I have the scroll of cleansing, but that's cool. I get more value out of it. So I've got 2,020 Terramin potions and way more than enough ashes to use them up, so I'm going to try to work on that here. 69 herblore. Nice. I think herblore is going to speed up a bit once I unlock some of the better potions later on. I can finally make anti-fire, so that's pretty important. I remember in old school RuneScape being able to make Ceradomin brews is a pretty big deal because it's quite easy to get bird nests and quite easy to get toad flaxes. Herblore 70. I'm almost done with these Terramins. This is taking like a really, really long time. The XP rate is horrible. Even getting a chance to use all these ashes. Increasingly seeing why everyone says herblore is pretty brutal in this game. In old school, you can do a diary to have an NPC turn vials into unfinished potions for you, which denies you a little bit of XP, but the time saving is massive. I got so excited because I got a subjugation piece, but it's the shield. I guess I'm lucky that this is my first time getting the shield, because you can't use that. Why am I back here? I said I'm going to quest today. I am going to quest today, but I only need one more piece of subjugation, so I want to just close out Krill first. Oh my god, I'm free. Boots of subjugation. That was, KC was that 1,053 to get one extra piece, the chest piece. I never got the pants or the steam battle staff. I just cooked food, so I think I'm gonna stay until I finish my breakfast, but I'm done with krill. I never have to come back. It's exciting. Oh, also Necromancy 105. I realized I was that close. I'm gonna be sad when I get to 120. It's kind of cool being post 99 and still having XP matter, 'cause I think it like affects things like accuracy still. Oh, hey, what do you know? A little stun here. Finished my lunch, but I've got like, oh, that was my last kill. Okay. Well, that's nice of them to give me a final piece on my way out. I don't need it, but I guess I'll hold on to it. I could always level it up and disassemble it for components later. So final kill count here, 1,088 krill kills. Here's the collection log. I'm going to show you most of the drops. I did a little bit of early alching of things like the steel darts, but I should be able to summarize most of my progress. I can't tell you precisely how many blood runes or death runes or blue charms or crimson charms I got from this grind, because I don't know. I mean, I can look at this drop list. It says 4736 crimson charms, 1680 death runes. Yeah, this doesn't, I've gotten more than 2 garbs of subjugation total, so this must not go back far enough. I wish I could like force this to tell me details about specific bosses the way you can in old school. But I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I'm never coming back. I am free of Krill's prison. Before I start questing, I would like to clear out my bank a little bit. I got a bunch of stuff I want to disassemble and alkables to alk just to get me some bank space. And then I'm going to start with my next quest, Shiloh Village, and just try to burn through all of the old school quests. Here's my bank. So 287 ore calcite stone spirits, 17,000 steel arrows. Most of these 400 plus lantidime seeds are from krill. I will likely end up planting all of those as soon as it gets featured as a Cruxicall daily task. Like 10,000 of each kind of steel dart, lots and lots of blood and death runes, 572 noted infernal ashes, and 1888 wines of Zamorak. So I'm gonna be set on those for a minute. I'm gonna get to disassembling and alking here. Hey, I got a green cash stack for the first time here as I work through my alk backlog. That's nice. All right, y'all, doing my last ever in soul material rituals here. Very happy to be able to put this away forever and clear the ritual site out. Okay, I'm done. I probably will come back to do more rituals when I need essence, I guess. And eventually when I get a high enough level that the final tier, when I get soul split, I'm gonna care about this talent up here, but I don't really care about it right now. It's probably worth picking up darkness. It's not going to help me with my current T90 tasks, but it's going to make some of these tasks much easier if I have an extra 20% dodge chance. So at some point I'll try to do Tomes of the Warlock, I think. I could see Invoke Death being relatively useful as well if I don't want to use power gear, and maybe life transfer, we'll see. But yeah, we're done for now. I probably won't do this for some time. Just confirming here, I've got 14 greater ensouled cloth. I need 13, so I'll have 1 extra, and 10 greater ensouled thread. That's what I need. I have to get the hermetic plates, obviously, and the runes. And the more important thing is I have to actually kill the bosses. But for now, I'm done with the stuff I wanted to work on. I've got 15 bank spaces to work with. I'm going to start doing quests here. Let's start with Shiloh Village. Pretty sure none of these quests have changes, but if they do, I'll report them, and I'll just kind of show you me starting the quest and ending the quest as I burn down the list here. All right, starting Shiloh Village here. Accept quest, here we go. Love the door in this quest that you have to like put the bones in for it to open. It's cute. All right, we get to see a boss here. Did they update his model at all? Probably not. Yeah. Pretty silly looking. I guess this is an amusing mild chains. You can use Surge to like teleport across the bridge and not risk falling. Okay, I think this is the end of the quest. We just use Corpse on Dolmen. 2 quest points, crafting XP, access to Shiloh Village, gem rocks, and cart. Cool. So I have 150 quest points. I am going to get rid of that hybrid gear that kind of sucks and replace it with the quest item storage to potentially save myself some more bank space. I'm going to pop over to Varrock to do that. We do open shop. We reset unlocks. That's fine. Don't care. Quest item storage is the thing I want. Yes. So then storage chest ought to just have all of the stuff. So if it's listed here, I can throw it out, I think is the idea. All right, destroying all the items that are available from quest storage. I think I can just trivially get these even from the bank. Fortunately, I might need to go back to her to get like the ecto file back. So I will go get the ecto file, but I'm fine with everything else being destroyed, I think. Make sure that all of the armor trials is gone. It looks like it is. Okay. That quest storage is really significant bank savings. I got like 14 or 15 slots out of it. All right, next quest is Observatory Quest. All right, starting Observatory Quest. I got the cutscene here for the observatory. We'll see what my star chart ends up being. Looks like I'm Scorpio. Okay. All right, quest complete. Next quest is the Tourist Trap. All these quests require bronze bars lately. Tourist Trap, here we go. I love the little icon of her in the barrel. It's great. Yeah, that icon. Incredible. All right, they gave Anna in a barrel her own chat head. That's pretty funny. Sweet. All right, starting the Watchtower quest. Oh, Magic 89. Didn't realize I was that close. Next up is Dwarf Cannon. On my way. Not any easier to notice the bent ones here. Thought I was done twice there, and there's still 2 more I'd missed. What is with this guy's model? Oh my god. Lulk? He looks like a punk rocker now? Okay, this should be the end of Dwarf Cannon. I also picked up a second ammo mold to put in my tool belt. Those things are worth a fortune. Okay, cool. Add to tool belt. Sweet. I'm probably out of time here, so I got Murder Mystery, Legends Quest, and then Rune Memories, I think, is a new quest that's based on a spin-off from Rune Mysteries, so I'll likely record the entirety of that one. Maybe start working on that again tomorrow. We'll see. I need to start doing some like really AFK stuff. Like I need something that's going to let me do household chores and physically walk away from my computer. The only thing I can think of right now is probably chopping elder trees to get elder logs to make into planks to train construction, because I still want to get construction to, if not 99, at least like 92 to boost to 95 to get the Slayer boost. We'll see. Okay, new day, new dailies. I'm gonna eventually need to set aside some time to do elder trees so I can get some chores done around the house. Oh, I wanted to point out I finally got a captain that cost 10,000 chimes to recruit. I haven't seen a single one since I started doing player-owned port, which at this point was like months ago. So that's wild. Doing some herb lore training here, burning through my prayer pots just so that I have a higher level before I do my weeklies like Herby Werby. I want to get as much XP as possible out of like penguin lamps, for example. Herb lore 72. Probably out of resources to keep getting levels, so I'm gonna go do my weeklies now. All right, this should be a herb lore level up. Herb lore 73 from Herby Werby. We're working through dailies and weeklies and doing these Crux of Call dailies whenever they come up. I really just want to not have to think about this ever again. I don't care at all about Everlasting Incense. I don't think it's ever going to matter, but I'm just going to buy it in case it matters in a year. I have to save up for buckets all the way down and unlock that, and then just have 25k standing favor for plant power level 4 for when I get 110 farming a year from now. And then I'll never touch this ever again. I'll just take it off my daily list. Okay, it's time for me to start doing chores, so I'm just gonna do elder trees for a while. I might be kind of close to a wood cutting level. 200k away. I'll try to announce the level up. I might be away from my computer though. Wood cutting 94. Okay, I've gotten my chores done for now. I have to start doing editing. But I'm trying to like break down my editing task into bite-sized chunks rather than just going insanely hard on it. So tomorrow I'm going to try to edit a whole video. So I have to find some AFK activity probably. Chopping elder logs seems pretty worth it. It is going to get me to construction 99 pretty smoothly, I think, if I keep doing that. I got back up to 2,900 elder logs. I think if I get up to 3,000, that'll be enough to reinforce the tier 3 chapel 2 more times, which would hopefully get me pretty smoothly to 90. Or at least close to it. So I don't have to boost to do it anymore, which is quite annoying. But the point is I finished my chores for the day, so I can play a little attentively. I think I'm going to do Murder Mystery, Legends Quest, and Rune Memories here. Doing Murder Mystery, the worst Murder Mystery quest in the game. The Fort 4 and 3-1 is better. There we go. Next up is Legends Quest. This one will take a while, but It looks like it's the same. So one minor difference, I think I've got my full inventory together here for Legends Quest, but it says that the runes you need are different depending on what version of RuneScape you're playing. There's different rune requirements if it's German, French, or Portuguese. I guess because they translated the quest, there's some kind of like anagram or something. It's kind of cool. All right, here we go. Legends Quest. I'll report if anything interesting happens. Crassian jungle is annoying in old school too, but it's so annoying in RS3. There's something about the way click boxes work in this where there's a lot of like overlap. And it's hard to tell exactly what it is you're clicking, but I finally got over here. It's fine. Yeah, so the word you spell is smell, so it makes sense that if it's in a different language, you'd have to do a different order. Got it. Oh, boss looks cool. I think he's maybe the same as old school. He doesn't have a lot of complex textures. Maybe they didn't change him. Legends Quest is in this like perfect space where it's early enough that it's still really janky and very amateurish, but like late enough that it's really long and interesting. I like the combination of the two of them. Stuff like having to climb over these rocks is really cool, and having to like cast charge air orb in the previous room. And like this whole thing being the shape of a dragon's head. I always forget how long some of these quests are, even if you're speeding through them. There we go. Legends Quest complete. Very nice. I think I can dump most of these items now. Okay, it looks like Rune Memories is a little bit too long for me to do this evening, so I'm going to try to find something else profitable to work on here. I think I'm just going to leave Rune Memories here for now, actually, because it's a brand new quest. It actually released in 2012, not 2003. Maybe I'll do it, but I don't know why they put it where they put it in the release list. It's very strange. Hey, so I'm still over here chopping elder logs. I think I want to transition to doing archaeology. I have 4 days that I have to just go hard on video editing, and video editing doesn't require me to be literally away from my computer like doing chores around the house does with elder trees. Archaeology, I need to start leveling up to unlock ancient invention, and it's not really something that I've investigated at all. I have to decide what I want to work on to start. I'm probably going to try to work toward getting the passive luck boost, which I think requires doing some specific sites. So I'm going to research that on the next couple elder trees and then pop out and we'll start doing archaeology. All right, so I haven't been using the research team. I don't feel so bad about not unlocking it earlier because it uses chronotes, and I only get chronotes by actively training archaeology, so it's not like a free thing that I could be sending out all the time. I'm going to go ahead and pick up their current progress, though, and then I think I'm going to head to the Everlight dig site. I think that's where I can go next for progress. Report available, view report. Sweet. Okay, I'm not going to send them out until I have significantly more chronotes. Close to 50, I brought my Rune Madoc with me. All right, this one's in Mauritania, which is interesting, the Everlight site, to see what all I'm allowed to interact with here. I don't need too many more levels to get the level 2 luck boost, which I think is just going to be worth having. I gotta talk to the site. Vaneskula Draken is here? She's the site manager? No kidding.
The monolith has given me information on the
cool.
Icene structure known as Everlight, a lighthouse on Mauritania's east coast. More than just a lighthouse, though, it served as a beacon of hope for the Icene race newly migrated to Gielinor. But what could power such a beacon to shine so brightly day and night across the surrounding hallowed lands? And what opposing force of darkness could have snuffed out the Everlight and sunk it beneath the waves?
Hallowell is such an interesting concept for Mauritania that it used to be not evil. Why are you the site manager? Oh man, I have no idea what happens with the Mauritania story, but it is very different than old school of Vaneskula Draken that's just chilling and hanging out with King Rold. Okay. You do care. Don't make me eat you. What is this dig site about? Ancient lighthouse. Okay, got it. Mauritania is one of the more interesting stories in the game, I think. Let me across now. Okay, cool. So I think there's some things I can interact with here. I just have to find them. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Leather scraps, cobalt blue. I need the artifacts. Ceremonial unicorn ornament and saddle. Okay. Hey, there's a level up. Archaeology 50. I can now use the rune mattock. Go ahead and disassemble the adamant one, and I forgot my soil box. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Oh, I just noticed Monoceros, a unicorn. That's cute. Just got a mystery unlocked called Fallen Angels with some special Ician remains. I wonder if this is a reference to the angel skeleton episode of The Simpsons. I think there are literally angels here in what was previously Hollow Vale in Mauritania, but it says to go talk to Venescula about it. I'll do it in a bit. I think the mysteries component of archaeology is one of my favorite things. It's really cool. All right, talking to Venescula about the angel remains. I wasn't here when this place fell. Sacking of Everlight was my brother's doing. Reburied with reverence. Used to be buried with flat, circular, ceremonial artifacts. They look like frying pans to me. Find one of these so-called frying pans and bury them together. Okay. I mean, if you like. Got it. I think I can switch to the frying pan. That's one of the artifacts that I already have access to. Rodromoy remains? Where are those? Further up here somewhere, I think. Yeah, that's these guys. I can't wait to unlock and use the auto screener, but I don't think you can do it until like 80 archaeology, but it sounds like it's going to make archaeology way more AFK, especially if I go nuts on porters. Alright, finally got the damaged frying pan. I'm going to go see if I can restore that or if I need to go get specific materials for it. Just doing it because it's an interesting mystery. I can restore it already. Not bad. I need more of that white marble to get the luck upgrade. It's one of the things I want to do while working through this. Okay, so I have to bury that along with some bones somewhere. I don't know if her comments get registered in the archaeology journal or I just have to talk to her about it again. Let me check. Okay, so it does keep track of your mysteries, but not necessarily all the information you've gained. But I guess there's somewhere I have to go down south of the tent here where I can deposit it. This grave, maybe? Rebury empty grave. Oh, I recognize this area. You come here during Sins of the Father in old school. That's cool. Inform Venescula. Mysteries, fallen angels. Reburied the remains, along with one of those frying pan things. Do you want a medal or something? It did make me feel a bit more pious. Oh hey, a bunch of XP, that's nice. Archaeology 51, that's the level I need to get the next luck upgrade. I'm gonna move over to that as soon as I finish the site I'm working on right now. I got this cool amphitheater here. Looking for a harp. In order to get the luck upgrade. I know I keep praising this skill, and it's funny because I've done so little training with it, but it is such a neat skill concept. They really put a lot of thought into it, I think. Oh, first artifact was a violin, not a harp. Bad luck. I got the trumpet, so I think the harp, I have a 1 in 3 chance to get it, but there's still a chance I could get a duplicate. It just there's bad luck mitigation to make it more likely that I'll see the harp. Oh, I got another mystery of some kind. I seen buckler shield. Rodromoy buckler. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's reasonably lucky. I got the Everlight harp on the third one, so I didn't get any duplicates. Let me try to restore this sucker. I might need to go find more materials. I have to sift through my soil box anyway. Oh, looks like I already have the materials to restore it. Perfect. Let's do that then. I think that's all I need to get the Ring of Wealth as a permanent upgrade, and then I have to keep leveling a little bit to get the Ring of Fortune as a permanent upgrade, which would be really nice if I could pull that off. I have the materials to restore a couple more, maybe just one more artifact. I guess I'll do the unicorn saddle to figure out who I need to turn collections into first, you know? I think if your objective was to turn in a unique set of every collection to the non-repeatable collection people, you would get to 99 or 120 archaeology long before you finish doing all those restorations. But okay, so I think I have to restore this statue, which uses construction, which is kind of interesting. 10 white marble. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, maybe I can just like, I don't think it is allowed to draw from my material storage. I need to find some random white marble, I guess. It looks like I can get white marble targeted from the basement of the Wizard's Tower, which is kind of cool. Oh, but only after doing Rude Memories. Fuck. Okay. Well, I have gathered everything I can gather here. I guess I just need another harp, so I'm gonna have to turn in a harp to this statue, and that means it'll be a harp that I'm not turning into a collection. I think the only collections I care about, I mean, I'll obviously try to do as many as I can, but the ones that I'm mostly concerned about are the ones that give you items that let you unlock relic powers, which is not every collection. So I think that the harp is actually one of the ones that does give you a relic power. I think I have enough marble here. Restore the statue. Okay, messed up message there. Add item. Everlight's harp. For the Everlight harp. Yes. All right, archaeology 52. I love that stuff like that gives you level ups. That's pretty cool. Something in the base of the statue. Hand of Glory. And I think I can already use this. I have to remember where to take it. I have to bring this and a Ring of Wealth, I think. Looks like it needs to be a fully charged Ring of Wealth, so this should work. Oh, another Hand of Glory. Which give me some warning with this. Lifeline's getting shorter. Use a Ring of Wealth, fully charged. Just don't be cheap. Yes. There we go. Hand of Glory, Ring of Wealth. Then I have to use it on the monolith. I'll go ahead and equip it too, because it's better than the one I currently have equipped. You now have access to the Relic Power Ring of Wealth. Okay, so I think we can unequip. Well, let's see what it costs, because I know I've got plenty of monolith power. Never mind. Oh, I need more chronotes first. Jeez. Well, shoot. I guess that's why I need to be careful running too many research teams, I guess. I think I can get chronotes for turning in collections. So maybe I can finish the Zamorak collection that I was working on before. All right, last couple things I need for this set. There's 2 masks I can get from the Dungeon of Dis, so I'm back over here. Need to get a lesser imp mask and a greater imp mask, I think. Because they're like, it's just like a Zamorakian cult that's underneath the tavern, right? It's kind of a cool... I like this mystery a lot. It makes a lot of sense. Oh my god. This is my 4th regular imp mask. I must have big bad luck mitigation on my side now, I guess. Just got something called a complete tome. I haven't encountered that before, but it says that I can study it at my archaeology desk, so I have to return back there to do soil here in a second anyway. I'll check it out. All right, studying this thing at the desk. I don't know what this does. Maybe it just gives me extra XP or something. Oh. Yeah, it's just extra XP. That's kind of cool. God, the skill is great. I really like archaeology. I think I like it better than necromancy. Necromancy's interesting, but it nullifies so much other content in RS3, whereas I feel like archaeology enhances other content. I kind of wish this was more of their approach to future skills, was to bolster existing content instead of nullifying it, you know? All right, got the greater demon mask. Now I just need the lesser mask. And there's the lesser demon mask. So I probably don't have the materials to finish these, but I will see what I need and go to material caches to get the rest of them, because then I can kind of avoid this section of archaeology for a while. I'm basically done with that and with Zaros entirely, which is nice. Okay, well, I have enough to make one of the masks, so I'll make the greater demon mask first. Cool. And do I have enough for the lesser? I do not. So what do I need? Demon hide. Luckily, I still have that teleport up. Okay, lesser demon mask. This is my last Zamorak piece. I'm going to go find the person to turn in the set to, and then I should be able to unlock that relic power. And I'll be way more careful with chronouts going forward. Oh man, the collector for this is like all the way in the Taverley dungeon in the Black Knight's base. That's a bit of a trek. All right, I'm on my way there. Okay, it's this lady, I think. Archaeology collection. Contribute all. Nice. You get a pet for that, apparently. And I guess the abyssal thread is needed to make a thing that makes it so your pouches stop degrading, which might be useful. I don't know. 5,000 chronotes. Perfect. Oh, I guess it's really easy to use this thread. I just have to combine it with a giant pouch. So I may as well do that so it doesn't take up bank space here. Ring of Wealth. Harness power. I guess I could wait until I get the Ring of Fortune power just to try to save on chronotes since this is so expensive. I think I'm just going to do that because I think I can get that at like 58 archaeology, and I'm going to have to be camping archaeology for like the next few days to get video editing done. Okay, I've got this giant pouch here. It's cute. It's there's also an abyssal thread in old school RuneScape now, so it's kind of neat to kind of use that differently in RS3. I think I just use this on the monolith now. Pouch protector, that's cool. Maybe one day. Actually, already pretty close to finishing the Ceradomin collection. Well, I have all the damaged artifacts. That's Archaeology 53. I need to get to 56. I need to get to 56 to get the last 2 pieces. But I'm going to try to focus on just restoring all the artifacts I have and see what level that gets me to. All right, starting with the materials I already have, the only thing I can already restore is the violin. So I'll do that to start and then try to make a log of what else I need. I need to make like a spreadsheet for this to make this easier. Oh, I just need a candle for one of these. That's kind of interesting. Okay, here we go. Nice. So other than the level 56 stuff, just need 1, 2, 3, 4 repaired items now. Oh, but not the frying pan, so just 3, because the frying pan's already done. So the harp, the trumpet, and the unicorn ornament. I've just been touring, picking up archaeology materials. I think I should have enough to make all of the ones I have access to. I'm not going to quite be 56 to finish the Ceradomin cache, so I kind of have to decide how I want to progress from this point forward. I might want to conserve bank space by completing and then donating all of the relics I have in my bank that are damaged. So I'll go back and do lower level stuff just to get rid of all of that. I guess I'll have to figure out what I'm doing next. Okay, I think I'm going to get some levels out of this, restoring these 3 artifacts. Just finished restoring the Everlight Trumpet. Did not get a level up, close to 54. So yeah, I'm going to have to squeeze out some levels here. I think I can maybe turn in the partial collection. I don't think it has to be complete to start turning stuff in. I think the plan will be, if I have duplicates, disassemble the extras and turn in the parts of the collection that I don't have duplicates on, if that makes sense. I am going to turn stuff into the museum once just to mark that I did it, even though it's generally less profitable than giving it to the actual collector. Man, they're stretching for Sir puns here. Sriracha. Cute. Sriracha service. Alright, contribute all. As many as I have for now. So I need 2 more, but that saves me bank space. Still gave me the crow notes, okay. So I'm gonna try to do partial submissions of the stuff I already have. Let me just restore everything I have, because that's XP. Okay, so here are my existing damaged artifacts. Legatus Maximus, Disorder Painting, Imp Mask, Branding Iron, Hallowed Lantern. I'm gonna take all these out and see if I can figure out what I need to repair them. Archaeology 54. Hey there folks, I'm still working through archaeology. I have made a spreadsheet, believe it or not, to start keeping track of everything I have and haven't done. It's not cleaned up yet, but I've started to say which ones I've turned in collections for. I've started doing some partial collections to get things out of my bank. This will help me to know whether I'm safe to disassemble stuff, because I think I'm going to disassemble this imp mask, for example. I have an imp mask left over, even after doing all of the possible collections that it's fit into. So I'm going to start disassembling them. I think that gives me some special components that you need for Ancient Invention, which is nice. 20 historic components. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that. My objective is to donate at least one of every item to every collection one time. And then after that, I'll probably just disassemble everything because the components are likely more important than the repeated rewards. But I'm going to keep using this as kind of a guide for what I want to focus on. My plan, I think, is to start with whatever the highest level thing that I have access to but haven't completed yet, which I didn't do these ancient timepieces or legatus pendants. I think I can get those back in the Zeros site, so I might go check that out here in a second. But I got a lot more. We're going to stick to archaeology at least until 60, so I can start using a Dragon Maddock, probably further than that. Alright, the reason I didn't do the timepiece is because it's behind a mystery here, which is from one of the journals I collected, so I want to try to figure it out without looking it up first. I think it'll be under the mystery list. Zaros. Prison Break. Custodian log pages. Okay, nothing in the custodian. I might need to get the 4th one to be able to progress it. I'll pick one of these to work on, I guess. Okay, I think I may have found a clue. Inmate ID SH. Inmate ID BLIC. And that should be, do we have an SM for smoke? Okay. Yeah, so those are shadow, smoke, ice, and blood. But I don't know how that tells me the order, so I have to try to figure it out still. Okay, so I'm guessing the sentence is part of the clue. Awaiting sentencing, I think that means I ignore those, because those are all the duplicates say awaiting sentencing. So we've got 6 months, eternity, 5 years, 4 months. So 4. So Shadow, Blood, Smoke, Ice. Let's see if it works. Shadow, Blood, Smoke, Ice. Oh, I see it's adding them over there. Hey, nice. That's a cool puzzle. Pretty solvable too. I mean, it's a good secret. All right, so this has the timepiece and the Legatus pendant. So I'm gonna try to just get both of those to have something new to work on. And I'll try to complete my spreadsheet tracker so I can really kind of come up with a strategy of the order in which I want to do stuff here. You got a couple new things here. I got a research thing called Sell a Door because of a door I can't open here. So I might go ahead and get my research team working on that. I do need to do 24 hours worth of research at some point because I'm going to get time gated eventually on getting the associate achievement unlock, which is going to be required eventually for a bunch of things that I'm going to need. I'm not going to stress out about it too much right now, but it is something that I should go set up once I can get out of here. Oh, hey, it gave me credit for solving the prison break mystery because I got the last custodian page. Really appreciate that they changed the word destroy to transcribe with those. Freaks me out when it said destroy. Well, unfortunately, I did get a duplicate here. I need the pendant and a timepiece. I'm going to stay until I get the timepiece. It's 4 pendants in a row. Am I doing something wrong? Maybe there's another thing I can research here. Let me check. No, I'm just really unlucky. Okay, that's fine. Stay here. Finally got the ancient timepiece. Was 5 items deep before it dropped. Like 21 pylons? I guess you get them a lot faster at higher levels. I'm going to go ahead and try to turn those in for some XP. And then see if I can make these pendants and timepieces. It looks like I can do the timepiece right out the gate, but not the pendants. I have to see what I'm missing for the pendants. Oh, there it is, Legatus pendant. Oh, I just need dragon stones. Okay, I got a bajillion of those. I think I need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 of these anyway, so that's cool that I have 4 of them. It's completely fine. Really glad I made this spreadsheet. I'll show you an updated version of it here in a second. Nice. Archaeology 55. We get some new stuff at 56. I need to calculate what all I'm missing now. I have the Dragonstone. Gold Rune, the main issue. Yeah, I don't have a real great way to get Gold Rune. I need a little bit more Ancient Vis, too. All right, I'm going to try to collect all this stuff to be able to restore the rest of them. I think this can go on my tool belt, weirdly enough. So I guess I'll just add the first one to my tool belt. That's fine. Let me show you my updated spreadsheet to kind of explain my logic here. Okay, so I know this is complicated and has a lot of colors, but the gist of it is I've written down each use case, right? And then kind of assign my own priority for what I want to do most crucially. Anything that has an alternate use that's not donating to a collection of any kind, I'm putting as my highest priority. So if I see any of these dark red ends, I always want to do those first. So like adding the Legatus pendant to my tool belt was a dark red N. Mysteries are a dark red N, and in fact I can use the ancient timepiece and the time serve mystery, so I'm gonna go turn that in. My second highest priority is whatever the normal collection is, the like non-museum collection. After that, the third highest priority is the alternate collections, so like, I don't know, Magic Man, blingy things. I assume I'm not gonna be able to finish those until a much higher level. And then once I've done all of those things, only then will I turn it into a museum collection, because I think that's the lowest value. So the way I'm going to do this forward is I'm going to start with the artifacts that I have the highest possible level for, that I have red ends for alternate uses, and then red ends for the main turn-in, and then orange ends, and then yellow ends going downward, basically. After this one, I obviously didn't do that with these ancient timepieces because I kind of missed the level. But I think that's going to maximize the amount of XP I get and still give me something profitable to do the whole time until these all get marked complete eventually. I really needed this spreadsheet because it was driving me crazy to try to keep track of archaeology without it, so I'm glad I put it together. So I think the timepiece goes in this thing right here. This guy, use... Hey, that's cool. Eureka, you've done it. Solve the mystery. I don't know what's in that door. I'm going to check it out. Oh, I got another pylon, right? Maximum security barrier. I can't pass through this barrier. Okay. What else is the purpose for coming back here? Got what amounts to an empty room with some cells I can't do anything with, it looks like. There's like a vault down there? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. Archaeology is such a cool skill. Okay, so I don't think I can actually do anything with this area right now, except it previews the fact that there's a vault that I'm going to encounter later on. It's kind of neat. All right, so I got this pylon. I'll just throw them all on there. It's fine. Decent amount of XP. That's cool. Okay, and now I'm going to follow my rules, so I'm not going to show you this every time. But I'm going to start from the highest level one I have access to that has an alternate use. So there's another statue. Actually, I think I did this first statue, didn't I? Yeah, that's how I used the harp in the first place. Okay. So I need another Everlight trumpet. So I'm going to go get one of those, and then going down the list in level, we'll come back to the unicorn ornament, it looks like. All right, part of my project is recruiting some students here with the Zerosian training dummy, the ceremonial unicorn ornament, and the opulent wine goblet. Just have to find them here. It's Katarina, Dorian, and Eduardo, who I think are all NPCs from the dig site quest. That seems right. Dorian wants the goblet. That's spot on, boss. Ready for research whenever you need me. Okay. Here's Katarina. Perfect, boss. I think there's Eduardo. Okay. And Eduardo's done. Cool. So I've done all the things that give you artifacts that are required for something other than a collection. Now I'm going to start working on actual collections. Definitely do these special research missions no matter what. It's only 40 minutes. Okay, so they all just have flat speed modifiers. I guess Jimmy's useless. So I can get rid of him and replace him with somebody else. I wonder if I eventually am able to send out more than one research trip at a time. We'll see. Hey, 56 archaeology. I can go do a bunch of new stuff out at Everlight. I'm gonna head back over there. I'm really falling behind on Gold Rune right now. That's probably my biggest problem, and apparently the new site I just unlocked has a lot of Gold Rune in it. There are no material caches I can go to. There's a quest I have to complete to get access to one of them, and it would be way out of order and not a quest I'm particularly excited about doing right now. And these are the new... There we go, and it's right next to a materials cart, which is outstanding. Oh yeah, they only have Gold Rune and white marble. That's fantastic. Holy moly, these figurines use a ton of Gold Rune. Okay, I don't think I'm able to make both of them then. Let's see. A lot of XP. That's pretty good. Oh, I guess I did have enough Gold Rune after all. Right on. I'll go turn those in because that'll finish the Ceradomin 1 collection. Okay, so I guess turning this in gives me a lock of hair, which I have to combine with an amulet that I never actually got to drop from Barrows, despite having a lot of Barrows KC. Might be interesting to go back to Barrows with Necromancy, but I feel like the main problem with Barrows is the time it takes to go between brothers, not the actual time to get any kills. Yeah, there we go. Ceradominus 1 complete. I guess I'll just hold on to the lock of hair for now. The relic power that gives you is pretty strong. It gives you kind of a Darok's power permanently, and it's nowhere near as strong as Darok's power in old school RuneScape. It's like caps out at a 5% damage increase or something. But it would still be nice. I'd probably wear it over the life points boost that you start with. That special research mission completed. I should check to see if there's other ones in areas that I just haven't clicked on yet. I try to do as many of those as I can. All right, view report. Various magical legatus and pontifex barriers can be passed through if you hold or wear the correct artifact. Okay. And they give me another legatus pendant. All right, I've got a ton of those. Just gonna look up if there's any special research options here. Now I have chronouts to spare. Okay, it does look like there's a couple other special research things I can trigger here. There's a mound of earth somewhere northeast of the scaffolding, question mark? Is it on the other side, maybe? Yeah, there it is, mound of earth. I didn't even see this before. Try to pay closer attention to this from now on. Lions and unicorns and centaurs, and then there's another one in the amphitheater. Amphitheater stage. I think the idea with this is to give you some of the more important items. Like, I guess completing this gives you an Everlight harp, so you can kind of get it guaranteed. A little late for that, but I'll do it just for the XP and for the time spent researching. Here you can study the Star Lodge sign. I guess I didn't have a research team when I was first in here, so I didn't notice it. There we go. Sacrificial altar. And I don't know if I can get the next one. It says I can do it at level 40, but I don't think I can reach it. Study. Cool. I guess this is a mystery I never pursued. Ritual circle here. Chalk nearby. Box of chalk. That's cool. Okay, and I have to light the candles. It's a box of candles. God, archaeology is such a cool skill. Just give me a fresh RuneScape clone that's nothing but skills like archaeology. Light. Light. Oh, chant over lit red candle. You don't know the chant. I have to learn the chant from something else. Maybe this is in my, like, the pages that I found. Let me check. Okay, so you do get the chants from the diary pages. Got it. But I guess I need to get the other 2 diary pages to see the end of this. Got it. Outer wall debris is study here. And then something down in the barracks, I think. And this is the last one I can study. And I think I got one down here that I don't have a high enough level for, this oven. But it still lets you study it, even if you don't have the level to send the research team out, which is kind of cool. All right, I'm trying to get the remaining pages for the mystery. I just got page 3, so I need 1 more page. Then I can activate another research thing. All right, I got a research task complete here. Ode to a Midsummer Morning. Whatever epics were performed at the amphitheater have been lost to time. The team cannot find any more detailed information about the area. That's too bad. Just keep doing the special research in descending order of how much XP it gives, I guess. Whoa. Oh, level 100. I'm like, that's a lot of XP. That's because I can't do it. Okay. That makes more sense. Archaeology 57. Oh, and there's my diary page. Perfect. Yeah, so the objective is 58, because then I can equip the Ring of Fortune relic. And I'm obviously going to keep going after that. I want to use the Dragon Maddock, and I've got a bunch of editing to do, but that's the one I'm looking forward to right now. All right, got the East Candle chant. Oh, jam. Enter portal. It's pretty cool. Step out of the central portal chamber. What is this place? Where am I? That's a really good question. All right, this is the thing I can study. Wow, this place is really cool looking. God, this is such a fucking rad skill. I really like this stuff. Talking statue. Gargoyle. I have a rock hammer. Male branch. 13 gargoyles. Need rhymes. I want to see this with the default skybox. I'm sure it's not supposed to be blue. Each crave something, bring it to us to remind us of our names. Picture this place as the phase of a clock, seek out the hours and work out their lock. Through zodiac portals you shall meet the rest. Upon them are coins, give you hints to your quest. That's pretty cool. A name, not a rhyme. Ophiuchus, yeah, it's 13 zodiac, okay. Ophiuchus, I guess. Okay, that's pretty neat. I like that. Turning off the skybox here. Yeah, that looks a bit better. I guess it's like a custom one. Pretty sweet. God, I wish I wish I could like set this to use the midday skybox in most places, but there's a lot of zones. Like I really want this one in this zone, right? But there's areas where the skybox makes it really hard to see what the hell you're doing, you know? Yes, basically what I'd like to do with skyboxes, this skybox is pretty too, right? I'd prefer it if I could set it so that it uses the default like open skybox for any zone that existed before skyboxes were added to the game, because that's where it looks bad. I think any zone that was created after the existence of skyboxes, they clearly did all of the art and colors with skyboxes in mind, but when they try to backport it into like old school RuneScape zones, it looks really bad in the wilderness, for example. It's really hard to see what you're doing or where you're going. This looks great though, I'm a fan. I'm gonna the research team come back. Lions and unicorns and centaurs, oh my. Everlight Central Island is covered with burial mounds. Mass graves, those who fell during the sacking of Everlight at the hands of Lord Draken. I think I misunderstood the lantern. I need to be 105 archaeology to do another thing with the lantern, but I can do an initial restoration here. Oh, I guess I have to have this not be noted. Okay, hold on one second. Trying that again. Repair 2000 construction XP, sure. Add item. Use the hollowed lantern. All right, yeah, some XP. Let me get something. Archaeological materials. Oh, a frying pan, and it refunded the marble. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. The materials it give you basically let you make a free frying pan. Go turn it into the museum. All right, I should get 95 farming here. There it is. Cool. Farming levels have slowed down quite a bit. All right, so this is a pretty important moment for me. I finally have enough beans to buy the Storm Barn extension. I've been holding off on this because I was spending so many beans on rerolling traits on my Zygomites. So I can now finally have tons and tons of storage for breeding animals. I'm going to take advantage of it as much as possible. I think going forward, whenever I have a non-Chinchompa baby, I'm just going to put it in storage and then grow them all to adolescence simultaneously. I think that's probably a better use of the pens because it lets them continue to breed constantly instead of it being full whenever there's a single yak child growing up. So I have that unlocked, and I don't think I have anything else that I need. Double checking, since I did miss, unfortunately, the breeding pen collector. Yeah, so I think that means I can finally start doing supreme growth potions, which potentially is going to increase my farming XP pretty significantly. I'm just going to start accruing beans for a while because I have to think about which of these I actually want to buy. I might want to go with herb potions to start with, because it'll make, when I have the daily herb from Cruxicol, it'll make it really convenient to just plant a bunch of them back to back. But eventually for XP, I'm going to want to go for fruit trees or regular trees. We'll see. So with Reaper, I just reroll Reaper until it either gives me an Archglacier task or gives me the ability to choose an Archglacier task. And it works most days, and it's worth plenty of points, and I can do the Reaper task without really having to think about it at all. I just got a Dark Nihilus drop, which I think I've gotten one of those before. I don't think there's anything that I can use right away from Archglacier except if I fight it on 5 mechanics, which I can. But when I do it for Reaper tasks, I just do it on 0 mechanics because I like to use it as a moment to eat some breakfast. Oh, and that was Slayer 77. So the special research stuff isn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be. It's usually just like, oh yeah, the Star Lodge cellar is a Star Lodge cellar. It's where Zamorakian cultists gathered. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've been doing a couple of them on my phone just to get them done. This is used as a training ground. The place called the training ground is used as a training ground. Okay, that's fine. Almost, this is my last special research that I can do right now. Hey, 58 archaeology. When I get a second, I'm going to pop out and get that Ring of Fortune Hand of Glory upgrade. I really like that to pass through this barrier, you have to have stuff on your tool belt that you got from archaeology. It's a really cool skill. Just like this entire episode, whatever I'm editing together here, just made me saying that archaeology is a cool skill. Because it is. I like it. It's good. This is the level 58 stuff. One of these is the Pontifex Signet Ring, which I'm going to need to get the Hand of Glory. Well, I got the Signet Ring right away. I'm just going to stay here to get the other item from this debris, and then I'll try to go get the Hand of Glory. All right, I ended up getting the Incite Fear Scroll second, so I think both of these are useful. The ring goes on the tool belt. and the scroll does something that's progression related. So I'm going to try to restore these real quick. I'm probably going to stay on these nodes for a bit because I think both the spell scroll and the signet ring get turned into a lot of different collections, so may as well stay here. This is pretty annoying though because it's pretty far away from like material caches. It's kind of weird that they weren't consistent with that. Like it overly favors certain caches over others. I don't know. Pontifex signet ring requires another dragon stone. I'm not shocked. Sweet. Add to tool belt. Done. Okay, so I think the signet ring lets me cross this maximum security barrier. I can interact with this device. I don't know. See if I can figure it out from the prison log here. So it's not step in, that's a custodian. Subordination, talking back to a superior officer. That's the only one of these that makes sense. Be fed animal blood. Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. So it must be Shilgar. What am I? You're a demon. You're in prison. You committed treason. Because reasons. Thank you, stranger. I'm indebted to you. Trapped in this object for time immeasurable. Demons can detach our conscious selves. Set me free. I merely long to be free. Why would I free a demon? Demons are not inherently good or evil. They're on friendly terms with a number of my kind. Oh, that must be plot stuff I haven't encountered yet. Certainly not a thing in old school at this point. Oh, no allegiances. One person's assassin's another's hero. Why would I free you? Enter a contract with you. Oh, that sounds cool. Hard enough for now. Small container known as a portable phylactery. Hey, smaller version of the trap I'm currently in. Okay, that all sounds great. Let me get back to you. What is one more day? Fair. Portable phylactery is level 107. Okay, so I'm not doing anything with that right now. Roger. Okay, so I guess to progress, I need to start powering up shadow anchors. I should have been doing this instead of charging the pylon barrier. I might need to stay here and continue to do Zaro stuff until I get enough pylon batteries to charge all of them. I think it starts outside of this room. Okay, yeah. Shadow anchor. Power this. I think there's a total of 8, so I need 70 more pylon batteries. Okay. Start working on that. Okay, I think I have to use the spell scroll on this dial here. Cast. Button lit up. Okay, I got rid of the item, which is what matters. Okay, so I got a full inventory of damaged artifacts. I'm just going to see what I already have the materials available to restore here. Just trying to go down my list and get as many level ups as I can. I'm getting close to 59, 1,000 XP away from 59. If I can squeeze out 60, it would be nice to be using an augmented Madoc as soon as I can. Okay, I can't do any of the hallowed stuff. It's fine. I definitely need another Insight Fear scroll. I can do that one. It's probably a level up. 59 archaeology. Let's see what else I can squeeze out here. Collecting all of the materials that I need to just restore all the artifacts I already have in my bank. It's kind of cool that there's an ancient Viz material cache here in the 3rd floor of the Slayer Tower by the Necroils and the Abyssal Demons. Okay, I think I gathered enough materials that I can restore all of my damaged artifacts except for the ones that I got in the process of getting those materials, but, you know, video games. Let's see if that gets me a level up here. I'm actually not sure if the Dragon Mattock gives you XP for doing regular archaeology, or if it's only for like restoring artifacts, or if it only counts when you're actively using it on nodes. I guess we'll find out, I suppose. Okay, this should be the crucial level up I've been looking forward to. Oh god. Should have seen that coming. There it is. Archaeology 60. Let me make the augmented Dragon Mattock and get it all kitted out before I do anything else, just in case it matters. Alright, making an augmenter first here. I already have a bunch of tool gizmo shells. That should be more than enough. I think I want honed and furnace. Furnace, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yep, that's fine. Here we go. Augmented Dragon Mattock. And then add materials to tool shell. We want all sharp components, right? That's how I get honed. Honed 3, furnace 2. First try, I'll take it. All right, there's the augmented Dragon Mattock. Very nice. Well, let's see if it gains any XP from restoring stuff. I don't necessarily expect it to. It does not. That's interesting. You get such little XP from actually, like, gathering with archaeology. I wonder if this even is going to ever get enough XP to matter. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I think I've got everything restored here. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to divvy all this stuff up now.
Right, so that concludes the episode. Lots of archaeology progress made. The next few episodes are going to be lots and lots more archaeology progress. Like I mentioned before, I'm moving into a AFK content only phase of my RS3 play that's going to last a really long time. Honestly, getting all those dungeoneering tokens from farming ED1 for a few hours was like even more demoralizing than necromancy was in general. Just kind of struck with the intensity of the content deprecation, right? I don't know, this is probably just a my brain chemistry sort of a thing, or the way that I enjoy games, but like I feel this profound sadness if I boot up World of Warcraft or whatever, and I revisit an early zone that has like a scary world boss that's walking around that previously required all kinds of players to fight, and I walk up and I punch it and it dies in 3 hits. Overwhelmingly, that's just kind of how it feels to play RS3, that you're just exploring all of these regions that have just been completely abandoned. Maybe I'll do the sequel video essay on it, we'll see. Archaeology gives me hope though. Archaeology is what I think a new skill for a game like RuneScape should look like that's made today. If I get my dream and some significant developer makes a AAA RuneScape clone, I hope they look to archaeology as an example of what kind of content they should do, because it is a really cool skill and I am having a lot of fun with it. So we'll see you next episode with even more archaeology. Bye everybody.